I love getting to be a part of these calls too. Like you were saying, Louisa, too, because we are challenged in seeing our own patterns. It isn't until we get to the end of what we thought the story was or what we just felt compelled to share that we can go back and review.
I really don't recommend sending your outline to anyone. Again, you need to actually just dive into the 90-day process, work through the material, because things will change once you start writing. And don't put that pressure on yourself. Don't send out something for feedback at this point, because it's going to derail you. And with memoir particularly, I think with a nonfiction, you can come up with some chapter outlines and go, oh, is this a good idea for that chapter? Or is that a good idea? But with memoir particularly, because it's a personal narrative, you really need to write the first draft first. It's good that you've got an outline and you've written your chapter outlines, but dive into the writing before you start showing anyone anything. And this is another reason why I don't recommend writing the book proposal before you've actually written any of the material or showing anyone the book proposal, which I think this member was going to do. Please don't do that. That's why I don't recommend doing that, because you will uncover what the story is about. You don't know what the story is about until you've written it. You might have ideas, but it'll change a lot. So I hope that helps. All right.
I love getting to be a part of these calls too, and I'm always excited to hear from writers. And so part of this, and what I love that Louisa does, other than literally say all the things I was saying, if you want to hear great writerly advice, i.e., don't edit.
Yeah.
Do not edit. Get out what you need to get out, because that serves you, especially true for memoir, especially true. But that because you're going to have to go back and edit it anyway. So sometimes it's not until you reach the end that you really understand how things shift. And I think that goes a long way to supporting what you were saying too, Louisa. It was really interesting to hear somebody who is very tapped into the process and being able to recognize, like you were saying, Louisa, too, because we are challenged in seeing our own patterns. It isn't until we get to the end of what we thought the story was or what we just felt compelled to share that we can go back and review it. And you'd said, oh, I wonder if other memoir writers spend a lot of time on that first act. And yes, is the answer, but almost any story you write, because again, you don't know, and you're a better writer by the time you reach the end, just from practice, you were at the beginning. So you're going to do that fine tuning. And even when you get the editorial advice, like I'd said, some of the pieces, I love that you're breaking this out in journaling. And here's why, because we need sometimes eventually those outside eyes to say, oh, you know what really pulled me into the story was this thing. So rather than having it be 3 or 4 chapters in, can we start with that? That's why having a black and white on prologues is useless. Sometimes you do need them and other times you don't need them. But you can only work with that if you've really done that mindful, present experience of journaling.
You can learn more about the Art of Memoir on my website, louisadc.com/art.